So this man who owns this company bought this much Bitcoin, but what does it all mean? How is it going to change Tesla? How is it going to change Bitcoin? And what does it mean for us? Well, how the turns have tabled. Back in 2019, Elon Musk owned 0.25 worth of one Bitcoin. So not a lot at all. And this week, his company, Tesla, have bought 39,000 Bitcoins. So what's changed? Well, unfortunately, I can't answer that question because I'm not inside Elon Musk's head, unfortunately. If I was, then maybe I'd be not doing these stupid videos on the internet and running a multi-billion-dollar company. But you never know. Maybe in the future. But anyway, it is really significant, very significant that this has happened. Upon this announcement that Tesla were going to buy Bitcoin, the price shot up from around $38,000 all the way up to $46,000 per Bitcoin. And by my calculations, this potentially made Tesla $290 million in one single day, which is absolutely crazy, but only if they sold it, which I don't think is very likely. So how is this Bitcoin splurge going to change the business of Tesla? As well as buying a large amount of cryptocurrency, somewhere between 8% and 15% of their cash, depending on who you listen to, they're also going to be accepting Bitcoin for their cars. So you can buy a Tesla with Bitcoin in the near future, which is an absolute game changer because it means that Bitcoin may even become more viable because you can actually buy stuff with it. And if people start buying Teslas with Bitcoin, Tesla will actually benefit from this because if more people adopt Bitcoin, more companies start buying Bitcoin, then as the price of Bitcoin appreciates, Tesla will be raking in this Bitcoin and they'll make even more money. And although they are not the first company to do this, they are one of the biggest companies to do so. So this first mover advantage will drastically help them if it all goes in the way that we predict that it may go. However, unfortunately for me, I only have 0.05788866 worth of Bitcoin. So that's not going to get me a Tesla anytime soon, unfortunately, but a man can dream. So that's how it's going to change Tesla, but how is it going to change Bitcoin? Well, I think there are going to be three main talking points that will change Bitcoin going forward. Number one is that Tesla starts a domino effect. So I know there have been other companies that have bought into crypto and Bitcoin. However, they are a big company and they've bought a lot. So this may potentially mean that Apple, that Google, other big, large companies decide to get involved and buy some crypto, buy some Bitcoin, buy some Dogecoin. Probably not, but you never know. In an interview I was watching earlier, one ARK Invest analyst said that if all 500 companies on the S&P 500 put just 1% of their cash into Bitcoin, then the price of Bitcoin will double. So if you were the Tesla CEO, Elon Musk, then you would be laughing. And we might finally say that Bitcoin is going to the moon. And number two is if companies start accepting Bitcoin, like Tesla have started to do it, then it becomes a global currency. It will reduce the impact of foreign exchange and losing money and making money that way. It will mean that potentially people can make more profit and keep more money in their pocket and build their businesses that way. And number three is Bitcoin price stability, which could potentially happen if all of these companies get involved, all of the 500 companies on the S&P 500 get involved, then it should, fingers crossed, make the price a little bit more stable, which will allow it to be used as a currency. Because at the moment it is so volatile, it's up and down every single day, 10 to 15, 20, 30%, that you can't really use it because one day you have enough to buy a Tesla, the next day you have enough to buy a burger. So not quite, but you get my drift. And if it does become more and more stable, then it becomes more and more viable as a currency. And finally, what does it mean for us? Well, it means that Bitcoin is becoming a better store of value and a more potentially usable currency, which is good because it means you can potentially buy your car, you can buy your house, your late night snacks. You never know what you can spend your Bitcoin on in the future. So I think to have a small percentage of your net worth invested into Bitcoin is a good idea if this does happen, because you never know when you might need that Bitcoin to buy something, to buy a house, to buy your car, blah, blah, blah. But that's just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research before investing into this highly speculative and volatile asset. For me, as I said earlier, I don't really have that much invested into Bitcoin. I have just under 0.5% worth of Bitcoin, around £200 invested into Bitcoin. So not really very much in the grand scheme of things. And even if it goes up 50% tomorrow, then it's not really that much. However, I will be trying to bump this up to around 2% of my net worth, which is around £800 to £900. And then moving forward, just continue around that pace until I do more research and we see how this progresses over the next few months, over the next few years. But I do think if we do start to adopt Bitcoin as a currency, then it is great to have some skin in the game. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting my heart on my sleeve, is that the right expression? Probably not. And investing into Bitcoin, only a small percentage, but hopefully it does make a dent in my overall wealth building. So if you do fancy investing into Bitcoin, then feel free to use the link below to CoinBase, where it will give you £7.50 worth of Bitcoin once you've invested £75 into Bitcoin. So it's a pretty good deal. However, there are some fees with CoinBase. So once you've done that, you may want to move over to CoinBase Pro to get the cheaper fees, or even Binance, I think it is. But obviously, it's good to take advantage of the free crypto and to get involved to begin with. And if Bitcoin is not for you, then there are some other free shares. You've got Trading 212, which is probably not working at the moment. Free trade and stake. And all of those links will be in the description below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, press the like button, comment, subscribe, do all those things, and watch these other videos on crypto and Bitcoin and Coinbase, blah, blah, blah. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm trying to help you become one. So, peace.